Okay. So we have seen what both of these teams can do. We do see that Naga's been banned right away from the get-go. No hesitation at all from reaching, knowing exactly what it has to ban, since it is more of a mid-range to a half aggressions team that Reese is having, and if a Naga comes in and mess around with him, it would be impossible for him to dealing around it. And also, if Rice actually accidentally gave another minus speed towards Naga, Naga just gonna love that. And as Wolf is being banned as well on the other side, knowing that Wolfie can cause a lot of damage across Xenos board here. So let's see what the Reach is gonna be picking first here. And there is a quite a divided, quite a lot of options here, but I think one of them that would at least caught my eye would be taking the Tolkien here. But he goes instead immediately for the Meshuk here, going with high aggression right from the get-go here. And we still see that Xenop's been picking up both Barnshey and Cesare here, and having some sort of a way to counter it towards Mashuk here, but also in case there's coming any fire attempts or potentially crystal and electricity coming in here on the board. And the only thing that could come in here is actually Munch that can do some high damage towards Cesare. But Rishi have other falls and going directly for the Cesare here, just to putting down the speed here.
Well, we are seeing this again. Zizare looking like a lot of value packed full of monster right now, cause well, it hits Raze, it hits Tulkin, it hits Inky, it hits Kialis. Well, things looks like a monster, to be honest, in this team comp as well. So maybe you want to save that Zizare for a little bit later and play around other stuff till then. Banshee is definitely threatening the Mashuk for sure.
Indeed, and we do see the Tolkien's been banned on Rishi's side here, and Sardif being banned also immediately, just so he can pick up the Munch here. And now Munch can actually have a synergy together with the Mashuk here that's also on the board, but if Gyals comes in as well, that means we have another synergy target here to do with the wreck here. But as Wolf is coming in there on the board and potentially Kino, that will be make it a little bit of an issue for Mr. Monk here. As Tolkien actually coming in here on the board here.
This is definitely Monka.
Definitely like one of those intriguing moments. And what would Rishi pick up here? I mean, I do not see Inky can come in here due to Cesare and Wolf is being here on the battlefield, but he's leaning over it, still thinking about it. Maybe I should still pick up this one. As I kind of thinking that Gallus wouldn't be a bad idea here, as he's pick up Gallus and Banshee instantly, leaving Inky behind there.
So Banshee being picked is, I mean, kind of a good choice, but again, that's Kara what still looks good, to be honest. Other than Monkey, yeah, that's Kara what is good value again. Only the monkey needs to be taken care of. Other than that, it still looks good value.
And we are now into the first match of this final. Okay, so what have happened now on the board here? Minus speed on Barnshey and Cesare, plus speed on the Mashuk due to the whip from Rice. And okay, so what could we potentially see from this board here? I mean, Mashok maybe just go. It's probably just he going for like an uppercut here just to do some solid damage towards the Zara, or just try to continue working down to getting it to that point to just overexert and start doing some high impact damage here. But that barge is going to be a slight of an issue here. And bringing it on his own barge could potentially be an idea here, but at the same time you're giving it unnecessary damage to the Banshee, and while the other barge is still having like a small advantage. Okay, so Banshee is coming in, but is replacing out Raze here, letting Mashuk stay here as the slap is happening on towards the Tadari. Better Burst is leading directly towards the Mashuk here as the Sword Steam as well, and it's taking out.
The Zara is definitely doing work.
And I'm gonna have to say though that there's not every day you actually see a aloe vera Banshee.
Yeah. Almost never. I mean, I have not seen one in a long time. I've seen aloe vera Hejin, aloe vera. I've even seen aloe vera Mashuks, to be honest, but aloe vera Banshee, I mean, it's good. It's gonna kill those toxics in no time.
Indeed. And is this Munch just gonna stay there and do high damage, or we'll see the same combos happening in the previous round? We do see a jump up actually happening here. Monk is going crazy. Beta Burst doing still high damage, but the Reactive Vital Munch is saving it a little bit as the Rockfall's coming in here. Not been able to taking out Munch, but the wreck is ready together with the spike. I mean, with the bite.
True, and I mean, to be honest, if this monkey goes down, this team is looking really in a bad shape because this Zara is going to tear it apart, I think. And Gialis can do a hook kick, sure, but I still think that Zara is still good enough to tear the team apart if required. It can just back out right now, come in later on and just start tearing it up. This is still looking pretty rough for Rishi right now. Zin is in a really good spot right now, even though he has some minus speeds.
Zin is definitely in a very good position. And how do you actually, if you are rich at this point here, what would be the optimal idea to do here? I mean, sure, you could sack Manche just to get rid of Cesari, but Cesari could be swapped up as well. As we do see Munch leaving, letting Rise come in here, lower the speed, buffing its speed as well, and Tolkien's coming in instead of Cesari. As the heaters is not applied anywhere on the board. Energy manipulations try to finish off the Senchmans on that slot, but there's a Rise instead, and just taking that damage if it was like nothing.
So that swap was still fine. I mean, I still think that Zen has a solidified position in this matchup still yet.
Yeah, let's have an opportunity to go directly hard hitting towards that Banshee, but knowing Tolkien is on the board, it's flee immediately. As the tornado hitting the Rise, putting it down to 37%. As Ember doing nothing.
Quite literally nothing.
This is indeed a really, really rough spot, and Rishi wanna still be available to using its munch to actually start doing some work, but it's not possible when you're having whatever temps are on the board still being a threat.
So Fire Tornado does come in, and that Banshee will be getting a good chunk of damage.
As Betterverse coming in and just doing some high chip damage towards the Tolkien, as the NATO taking care of the Tolkien, which means the flying KFC chicken have been falling down and just have been becoming like small crunches.
Well, Scarab, what comes in, is not scared of anything that can be thrown at it from the other side because it just looks so comfortable right now.
Okay, so across the board on Rishi's health, it's roughly 50% and below, while Xineoph is still really healthy. Nothing has been taking a lot of damage, as Rishi have been trying to swap around often and finding opportunity. Now this tornado is coming in direct to Cesare and doing some good chunk of damage here, together with a burn.
I think that's a board clear.
Yeah.
Because Saul's team is enough to kill that raise as well. Oh.
That rockfall did not.
I think that's a bad thing for Rishi again, because he doesn't get a free swap, you know? Or a free entry, you can say. And Rise has to overexert to kill itself, so technically Cesare has to swap actually, because Monkey can kill it otherwise with +1 attack. So probably Wolfie comes in, but still it's actually a bit complicated now, because I was thinking it's better, but it's actually not better, because okay, Rise just backed out to apply another stack later on. Gialis comes in.
And Scarabolt's leaving, letting Wolf come in, expecting that wreck to come. Which just does happen. Cesar is down.
Well, Wolfie is still alive, 100%, not touched at all, looking like chilling. Dust Vortex is up, looks like that Gialis is counting its time, and E-Manip should be enough to secure the kill on the Monkey as well, unless there's a dim mag, but still should be enough. But is that Gialis fast enough to, to Sharp Stabs? And Sharp Stabs dim mag, if they are both fast, can be there to kill, but Banshee is -2 speed actually, my bad, so they are fast. Hopefully they are fast. Gialis with +1 speed should definitely go first.
Yeah,
but what if Scarabot comes in?
Yeah, that's another question.
Hook kick on Wolfie looks good as well, to be honest. Wolfie can die. This match is not completely over yet.
It is not over, but it's really like interesting point of what you're gonna be doing here. And we do see Race is coming in here instead of Mark, just applying another speed here. As Seabite tearing this Banshee apart. But now it's the question, do we see Dust Vortex? No, we see the plagues happening.
Alright, I think the hook kick is gonna kill the Wolfie as well here.
It will guarantee that, yes. However, you still kind of need that wreck from your Munch. Because no matter what HP Munch have, below like 15%, one single T-strike will definitely secure the kill on Munch.
Wreck is on cooldown.
Wreck is indeed on cooldown. Securing the kill on Wolfie here.
Let's just hope that the monkey is being killed, otherwise Xin does not have a chance on this match, and that is securing a kill, and this Scarawat should take this away. Fire tornado coming in, should be able to secure this nice and easy here. 1-0 for Xin, almost giving all of us a goosebump heart attack, but Xin is taking that away with point number 1 coming into his bucket. So Wolfie is being banned first.
So Naga and Wolfie being banned on both sides here, and it definitely looks like as the previous game as well with the bans here, especially from Rishi's side, and knowing that this Naga need to be banned immediately, because we all know DA is a really tricky way to play around if you do not have the attempts that can be played as well under that.
Yeah, and Mushuk is... It's again looking like the same pick, because Rishi did take Mushuk last time, which was countered by Banshee. And then Zizari was picked as well. But let us see if this goes the same way around, or does Xin change something around in his lineup. And he goes with the same Banshee again. Is he gonna lock the Scarawat again? Oh, sorry, the Zizari again. And yes, he does. The same start coming in from Xin again. Is Rishi spicing things up here or not? Because last time he went with the monkey. Looks like he's looking at Inky this time. But no, it's the same start. Correct, GT? It was Size Munch, right? Last time as well?
Yeah, it was the same. So we have the same start as well.
Well, this Zizare still digs through...
No, actually. Actually, he started with Rise previous game. Now I'm thinking after.
Let's see. Okay, so Gialis is banned this time around and Banshee is left aside. We have no idea, but the question is, does Zizare even takes hit? Because that Banshee actually has aloe vera, if you guys are forgetting.
And they have been picking quite fast here, as we see Tolkien in Rise has been picked up here together with the Wolfie, Tolkien, and potentially Xineoph? No, or Kino maybe?
I think Xineoph is better, but Kino is being picked up here. Well, with Scarawat not being there, now that Tulkun is a big issue for Xin to deal with. So Tulkun would have been definitely a good ban, because he can't answer Tulkun unless Zizara is alive. So as long as Zizara is there, that's fine, but Tulkun is still an issue for him to deal with. And this time there is no Scarawat to save him from that Tulkun.
Okay, so you could go again bolts and just go for another +1 attack here with Munch, but at the same time you kind of want to go for high aggression immediately and start putting pressure towards Cesari. But if Kino comes in there, that means you will do half damage and Kino can take it quite okay. So it's a really tricky position, but we do see no swaps here. As the Beta is coming directly into the Munch. Reactor Vital have been activated, and the P-Jab is happening here. Together with an uppercut, drum war, and it's not taking it out immediately as the Solid Steam taking out the Munch, and the first Tem have already been fallen.
This. Ooh. Well, that that Cesare still needs to live a little bit more because he still has a lot of job to do, or a lot of work to do, and Mashuk is definitely looking like, okay, this is a problem now because, you know, Cesare has to back out, otherwise it's gonna die. Inky is threatening the Banshee as well, so Zin is not looking on the best spot right now.
So what Sin could do is letting Wolfie jump into Banshee slot and letting potentially like Kino, potentially Tool can hop into the Cesare. But if you still want to be able to use the Cesare, I mean, do you want to save it?
Rishi really bluffing around right now, not attacking. Is Zin gonna be ballsy enough to not swap the Banshee? And looks like he is ballsy enough to not swap the Banshee, using the Tornado on the Mushuk, taking that thing down to 13%. Damn, that's some balls of steel to not move the Banshee around with Inky just sitting there. That might actually pay out in the long run, you know.
It might do, but as long Banshee is still staying on the board here, we know the Tornado are faster than a +1 Mashuk with a prior 2. That means that E-Manipulation will definitely be faster as well. And you kind of will still be able to use your Mashuk against especially Wolfie, but I believe even the Wolf is faster than the Munch. I mean, the Shuk. So saving Shuk for later, letting Tolkien taking the slot and potentially taking whatever damage is coming towards there. As the energy manipulation is doing roughly 24% damage here, together with the plague putting it down to 36.8. The Ember is doing some chip damage here, and Tolkien can't move from this position, as Dust Vortex is completely free to do damage on towards that target, even though Rise is probably the more appealing target to actually using the DV on, but at the same time, you can actually use DV on whatever slot you want, since whatever's going to be taking it have a high chance to die.
Well, the more I think of it, this is looking really good for Zen and bad for Rishi, because Zen has all kinds of answers required for anything that comes around, kind of thing. Like that toolkit on the back for Zen can take care of a lot of stuff, but Zen decided to play this passive. He did not attack at all, and now again, well, that is really good, to be honest. It's now continuously gonna heal a little bit by bit. Banshee is already confirmed to be faster than Mashuk, so Mashuk is not doing anything here. Probably just dying by an Emanip if it stays there, and most likely it's gonna swap out. Zin is playing really carefully today, and he is on point. He's here to send a message.
He is here indeed to send a message that I can play as well on the top level, and this is what I'm doing right now. And Rich is deciding the Mashuk can't no longer standing on the board here, letting actually Rice coming back here, doing another minor speed here, making sure that his Mashuk is still getting so much value out of this. As the Fire Tornado is coming in here, putting high damage towards the Wolfie, but it's not enough to take it out.
I think this is the turn where Wolfie has to kill the Tulkin. This is a perfect opportunity. 63%. Dust Vortex comes in on the raise, actually taking it down to 0. That Wolfie is still chilling out. Tulkin, well, is out of juice and has to back out now. But I would have taken the Tulkin down, because Yeah, you had. Yeah, we are in the same situation again because Inky is threatening the Banshee out again. It's also threatening the Tulkin out of here, but the problem is, I don't know, I just think that Tulkin should have been the one dead, but I think he went with Race because he does not want to deal with any more minus speeds. He might have the Sandstorm, we are not aware of it yet. But he will overexert heavily for it.
Yeah, that's the thing. Sure, you can potentially getting secure kill to killing Tolkien, but getting overexertion for that is not ideal because you will lose so much momentum and tempo into the next turn. So you kind of have to.
He can chill out a little bit and get those lifeful saps healing, you know, still going up slowly, and then come back in full juice and get the win.
As we see, Wolf is leaving, letting Tolkien come into the board here. NATO's happening on that slot, going for a hard overexertion there for Rishi.
Well, Rishi has to take the risks right now, otherwise he's not getting this match.
As Banshee just getting electrocuted, burnt chicken, flown out of here.
I think this is a good time for Kino to rump in. Oh, Wolfie actually makes in.
Coming straight back in, knowing, okay, this Inkit is the only one that can be attacking this turn. Tolkien has no stamina, but it's overexerted. Mashuk can't come in here. So from this board right now, Wolfie looks like, okay.
Rishi's overexertion put him in the Sandstorm killing range, right? So Kino can come in, buff the Wolfie by +1/+1 protector, and now Sandstorm should be able to kill the Tulkin while bringing Inky down to 50%. Something like that.
I mean, that's definitely is a play you can do, and believing as well that could potentially happen as well. But the problem is that we know it's running now. DV is running play and it's running with Lightfall. The question would be, would it run in Bush or would it run Sandstorm?
I think he bushed at one point, so he does not have Sandstorm.
As T-Strike is taking care of Tolkien, even though Tolkien did more than 50% towards Inkit, it's not enough to take it out as Wolf is resting. Kino's coming in now, giving that 1+1 buff now to Wolfie, and now I believing the time to start taking. I'm not gonna say on one side, but for both sides here, as they need to find a way to kill a specific Tem in time here, and he has to go quick. As Sharp Steps is landing directly towards the Kino, doing more than 50% here, but the Better Burst is faster than taking care of the Mashuk, knowing, okay, this is cool. And Wolf is having Dust Vortex ready and taking care of the Inkit, and this should be GG for Xineoph. If not that Tolkien finding a way to turn around this game and taking it home.
Does this Tulkin have enough juice? I say not. This looks like a Wolfie game. Could be a sacrifice coming in, and I don't know if sacrifice is even needed. I think it just doesn't matter at this point. That Kino is gonna be making it through and through. Zen coming in with a 2-0 stomp on MrRishi as well.
And GG to Xineoph for winning the Legacy Cup number 16.